now to some breaking news just into our Fox 5 Atlanta newsroom. This is out of Gwinnett County. Police tell us they were at the scene of a homicide in Snellville. Now, this is all playing out on Saddle Ridge Drive. Units there investigating the scene, collecting clues, and we have a crew headed that way. We'll bring you the latest on this breaking situation here on Good Day Atlanta and on Fox Local. To East Point now, where police are continuing to ask for the public's help finding the people who shot and killed a woman outside of a funeral home Friday. And Good Day's Kim Leffler picks up the story.
The search continues for the suspects responsible for a deadly drive-by shooting outside of a funeral home in East Point. Police say the shooting happened Friday night at the Gus Thornhill Funeral Home, killing 55-year-old Ina Chambers. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
We will find these individuals, I can assure you that.
Investigators say Chambers was dropping her daughter off for a wake. While she stood near the entrance, police say multiple suspects inside of a vehicle opened fire and then sped away. Chambers' family shared this photo with Fox 5, describing her off camera as caring, kind, and someone who would do anything for anyone.
It's like something from a movie or TV, because this can't be real. You know what I'm saying? My mother was crying about it because, like I said, we're right across the street.
Detectives are now working to identify both the shooters and the vehicle involved.
This was a coward who did this. This is a sacred place and a vulnerable opportunity to attack someone. They're suffering, they're trying to bury their loved ones, and for someone to take that opportunity away from them and destroy their peace is cowardly.
We ask that the community step up. If they see something, please say something so that our police department can bring justice to the family.
As detectives follow leads, neighbors say the loss is still hard to process.
It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. It's sad.
And that was our Kim Leffler reporting there. Now, the suspect in a murder arson investigation in Dalton is dead after a high-speed chase that crossed state lines. The crime, according to investigators, happened Saturday morning. Fire crews found a body inside that Dalton home on fire. And while they were investigating, someone called to report the suspect for killing his girlfriend at the house. He apparently took off in her car, was later spotted in Kentucky. Kentucky State Police then chased that vehicle until it crashed. You see that here, just north of Lexington. Police have not released the names of either the victim or the suspect in this case. And in DeKalb County, a woman's body was discovered as fire crews responded to an emergency at an abandoned house. Officials say this happened on Glenwood Parkway around 8 o'clock yesterday morning. Officials report that house was just engulfed in flames at the time. Didn't have much inside. They were surprised as a result, they say, to discover remains inside. Now, officials have not disclosed any information on the victim. A neighbor, though, who reported the fire to 911 says homeless people often camp there.
The windows started, the glass started pop, and I was feeling so bad because I said, I hope nobody there.
The cause is still being investigated right now, along with how that woman died, who she is. And as we learn more, we will keep you updated. Demonstrators gathering in Minneapolis for another day of protest following the deadly shooting of a woman by a federal immigration officer last week. Hundreds of peaceful anti-ICE protests taking place in towns and cities across the country yesterday, but things becoming dangerous and violent in Minneapolis after demonstrators were seen throwing snow and rocks at officers. The mayor of Minneapolis condemned the agitators, saying there will be consequences for protesters who disobey the law.
But we wanted to, again, give sort of the overarching theme of what we're seeing, which is peaceful protest. And we wanted to say when that doesn't happen, of course, there are consequences. We are a safe city. We will not counter Donald Trump's chaos with our own brand of chaos here. We in Minneapolis are going to do this right.
Protesters have also denounced the shooting of 2 people by federal agents in Portland, Oregon. President Trump says both of the shootings were acts in self-defense. Protests are scheduled across the nation and in Atlanta today, starting at 1 p.m. at Atlantic Station. 2 nonprofits Nonprofit organizations helping out Metro Atlanta's most vulnerable are now outlining some of their priorities as they head into the new year. They say some of the problems surrounding the area's homeless are traced back to the pandemic. And Fox 5's Ray Urena spoke with both organizations and about the problems and the needs that the city is facing.
We're seeing increasing challenges with affordability across our city.
Affordability, housing, and rental assistance are some of the priorities for nonprofits Help Atlanta and Partners for Home to help some of the Metro's most vulnerable.
Rents are skyrocketing. There's a lot of changes that are going on, and it's really placing some people who are already in a tough spot in even harder positions.
Partners for Home says they delivered about 500 rapid housing units in conjunction with Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens' office last year. CEO Catherine Vassell says they plan on delivering just under 350 units this year.
Some of the individuals that we support have zero income because they are disabled and they're going through the disability process with Social Security, and that can take a couple years in some cases.
Meanwhile, at Hope Atlanta, they say their calls for help increased last year from about 3,000 a month to about 15,000.
We're seeing that increased need, but all of the resources are going down. So Hope Atlanta does receive some federal funding. Obviously, a little bit of that is going to change. And so where we lack in funding coming from certain sources, we need to make up for that funding elsewhere.
Senior Director of Development Sarah Buckley says helping people keep up and pay their bills will be one of their top goals.
If we can keep people safely housed before they have to enter into any type of unsheltered living or getting through the system, that's our major goal. So hopefully in 2026, that is an area that we can really help our clients.
And that was Ray Urena reporting there. Partners for Home says the city's annual point-in-time count as far as the homeless population is scheduled for later this month, January 26th.